The legendary investor Charlie Munger once said something that every young investor needs to hear. He said, "The first $100,000 is difficult, but you gotta do it. I don't care what you have to do. If it means walking everywhere and not eating anything that wasn't purchased with a coupon, find a way to get your hands on the first 100,000. Why was he so aggressive about this specific number? Why not $1 million? Why not 10,000? Because $100,000 is the mathematical tipping point where your money starts working harder than you do. To understand this, we have to look at the physics of compound interest. Imagine you are pushing a snowball up a hill. When the snowball is small, you have to do all the work. You are sweating, pushing, and struggling for every inch. The snowball isn't helping you. It's just dead weight. This is what it feels like to save your first $10,000. You are trading your time for money, saving a few $100s a month, and looking at your account. It feels like it's not moving. Most people quit here. They look at the mountain and think, "I'll never make it." But something magical happens when you cross the $100,000 mark. The snowball reaches the top of the hill and starts rolling down the other side. Suddenly, gravity takes over. Let's look at the math. If you have $10,000 invested in the S&P 500 and it returns an average of 7% per year, you make $700. That's nice, but it won't change your life. It won't even pay your rent for a month. But if you have $100,000 invested at the same 7%, you make $7,000 in a year. That is nearly $600 a month. That is a car payment. That is a significant portion of your rent. That is a free vacation. For the first time, your money is paying for your lifestyle. But the most important part isn't just the returns. It is the ratio of your work versus your money's work. When you're going from 0 to 100,000, 90% of the growth comes from your own savings. You have to physically earn the money and put it in the account. The market isn't helping you much yet. You are the engine. This is why it feels so exhausting. You are doing all the heavy lifting. But once you cross 100,000, the ratio shifts. Suddenly, the market starts doing 20%, then 30%, then 50% of the work. Eventually, you reach a point called escape velocity, where your portfolio earns more in a year than you do at your job. But you can never reach that point if you don't survive the first grind. Let's look at the time acceleration. Let's say you save $10,000 a year. To get from 0 to $100,000, it takes about 7.8 years. That is a long, hard grind. But to get from 100,000 to 200,000, it only takes 5.1 years. From 200 to 300, only 3.8 years. The gaps get smaller and smaller. By the time you are going from 900,000 to $1 million, it only takes about 1.4 years. The first 100,000 takes almost 8 years. The last 100,000 takes 1 year. This is why the rich get richer. It's not because they are smarter. It's not because they work harder. It's because they have gravity on their side. To really visualize this speed, we use a mental model called the Rule of 72. The Rule of 72 is a shortcut to calculate how long it takes for your money to double. You simply divide the number 72 by your annual interest rate. If you get a 7% return, 72 divided by 7 is roughly 10. That means your money doubles every 10 years. If you have $10,000, in 10 years, it becomes $20,000. That is a gain of $10,000. But if you have $100,000, in 10 years, it becomes $200,000. That is a gain of $100,000. Same time period, same interest rate, but 10 times the result. This is why the first 100,000 is the hardest. You are fighting against time. You are waiting for that first doubling period to kick in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Charlie Munger said that quote in the 90s. Inflation has changed everything. Is $100,000 even enough anymore? It is true. $100,000 today buys less than it did 20 years ago. But the principle remains exactly the same. The number isn't magic because of what it can buy. The number is magic because of what it represents relative to your salary. For most people, $100,000 is roughly 1 to 2 years of living expenses. This brings us to the psychological power of this milestone. It isn't just math. It is a shield. When you have $0 in the bank, you are fragile. You have to take whatever job you can get. You have to tolerate a bad boss. You are terrified of risk because one bad month could ruin you. But when you have $100,000 in the bank, you have what investors call runway. If you lose your job, you can survive for 2 years without working. This changes your entire personality. You become more confident in negotiations. You are willing to take risks on new opportunities. You stop making decisions out of fear and start making decisions out of strategy. This is the hidden value of the first 100,000. It buys you the mental freedom to make better choices, which in turn helps you make even more money. So, how do you actually do it? How do you survive the bitch phase that Charlie Munger talked about? You have to focus on the gap. The gap is the difference between your income and your expenses. Most people try to get rich by picking the right stock. But in the early days, your stock picks don't matter. A 10% return on $1,000 is only $100. It's irrelevant. In the early days, your savings rate is the only variable that matters. Here is the 3-step blueprint to crossing the gap. Step 1. Attack the big 3. Most financial advice tells you to stop buying coffee. This is bad advice. A $5 coffee will not keep you poor. What keeps you poor are the big 3 expenses: housing, transportation, and food. If you rent a luxury apartment that takes 40% of your income, you will never reach the first 100,000. If you drive a brand new car with a $600 monthly payment, you are burning your seed capital. To get the first 100,000, you have to be radical with the big 3. Get a roommate, drive a 10-year-old Toyota, cook at home. It isn't glamorous. But remember, it isn't forever. You are just doing this to get the snowball to the top of the hill. Step 2. Automate the pain. Willpower is a limited resource. If you have to decide to save money every month, you will eventually fail. You need to set up an automatic transfer. The day your paycheck hits, the money should instantly move to your investment account. You should never even see it. If you don't see it, you can't spend it. You learn to live on what is left over. Step 3. Avoid the fake rich trap. As you start saving, you will see your friends buying new things. They will go on expensive trips. They will buy new watches. It will feel like you are falling behind. But you have to realize that looking rich is the fastest way to stay poor. Most people with fancy cars are not rich. They are in debt. They are pushing a very heavy snowball up a hill, but they are wearing nice shoes while they do it. You are playing a different game. You are playing for freedom. Every dollar you save in your 20s is worth $10 in your 50s. You are buying time. The hardest part of the journey is right at the beginning. The moment where you feel like giving up is usually the moment right before the math turns in your favor. You are in the valley of disappointment. You are putting in the effort, but not seeing the results yet. But you have to trust the math. Getting to that first 6-figure milestone is not just a financial achievement. It is a psychological one. Once you cross it, you stop pushing the snowball. You jump on top of it and you ride it down the mountain. Don't give up on the uphill climb. The view from the top is worth it.